Tides. Looks like we are at the end of testing season and summer is just around the corner. Today, we will start with a segment about a parade that happens all over the world. What could that be?
Many cities around the world have gay parades, also known as Pride Walks. Miami had its 9th annual Gay Pride Parade on April 9th. Pride parades are events celebrating lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender culture and pride. Pride parades started to raise awareness that the people of the LGBT community are people and should be seen as such regardless of their sexuality. Most parades occur annually, and many take place around June in order to commemorate the Stonewall riots. The Stonewall riot took place on June 28, 1969 in the Stonewall Inn, a gay club located on Christopher Street in New York City. Police raided the club at 3 a.m. and the raid quickly turned violent. As the officers began to force innocent people into the paddy wagon, both club goers and the crowd that were watching began to fight back. The police were forced to take shelter. The protest grew so large that it spilled over into neighboring streets, and order wasn't restored until New York's riot police were deployed. The first Pride Parade was held in New York City on June 28, 1970. This date was chosen because it is the one-year anniversary of the Stonewall riot. The Stonewall riot was a catalyst for the formation of the Gay Liberation Front, as well as many other gay, lesbian, and bisexual civil rights organizations. Gay pride parades are huge events all over the world that attract tourists and fill cities with color. Some of the more famous parades include San Francisco, London, England, Miami, Toronto, Canada, New Orleans, and Tokyo.
There really are colorful parades. Have you ever got the feeling that someone may be watching over you? Let's find out who that could be.
What is the NSA? The NSA stands for National Security Agency, and its goals are to save lives, defend vital networks, and advance U.S. goals and alliances. How does the NSA do this, you ask? Well, to overcome the very real threats to our country, national decision makers need to know what our adversaries are doing and what their capabilities are so they can make decisions and plans and execute policies and operations. Additionally, they need to be able to communicate and exchange information securely so that our adversaries can't undermine our plans. These adversaries range from terrorists to regular citizens that are trying to do harm to the United States. To accomplish its goals, it has the power to access the majority of our electronics data, from the camera to the text messages and calls. This is scary, right? People in the government can see what you're texting your friend. What do you think?
It's scary, but maybe safe. High Tides, we have an amazing wrestling team, and they did wonderful this year. Let's hear it from our boys.
My future aspirations as a wrestling coach, I don't plan on going anywhere to coach outside of Miami Beach Senior High. So if I ever stop teaching here, I probably will stop coaching. However, while I'm here, I'm going to be passionate about my number one sport. I'm going to push these kids as hard as I can here at Beach High. I'm going to continue to promote the sport, try to get kids involved. I ask hundreds of kids throughout the year to get involved. I stop random kids that look like just tough kids. So I'm going to continue to promote it. I'm going to continue to coach it with passion, to put time into it. And as long as I'm here at Beach High, my alma mater, the same program that I wrestle for, I'm going to continue to try my best to make it as best as possible and to build champions. That's the goal, to build champions, to continue improving and getting better.
My future aspirations as a wrestler, although my college does not have a wrestling program, I'll try to introduce wrestling as a club in my college, and I would come back to Beach High and participate in some of the practices and also help future people who want to wrestle as well. I'll rate my wrestling team on a scale from 1 to 10 a 5 or a 6, because although as a team as a whole since I've wrestled, we've won 2 district runner-up trophies and a district championship trophy. And our team's work ethic and our attitude in the wrestling room in practice is hard. We push. I've seen guys wear sweat bags and trash bags to cut weight, all because they want to wrestle. The strongest wrestler physically, I would say, would be Deshaun Felton. He's another one of our wrestlers. Mentally would be either me or another wrestler named Jackson Winberg, because our motivation in the practice room is just so unbelievable that we continue to push ourselves in and out every day.
My greatest strength as a wrestler would be my addiction and how I can't stay away from the mat. And my weaknesses would be my schoolwork, and how I don't really focus on school as much as I should.
Well, one of my greatest strengths is I'm a lot stronger than most people. And one of my weaknesses is like sometimes my commitment in the off season and sometimes in the regular season.
Go home, relax, ice and elevate, stretch.
Anything I want to add? Yeah, man, we have tons of talent and potential here on Miami Beach when it comes to our sport. Kids from the beach, they've always liked to fight. There's a misconception that we're softer than the rest of Miami and that we're all spoiled, rotten, rich kids. It's wrong. I believe in these kids around here. I know they have a passion for fighting, for MMA. There's so many kids that do kickboxing, boxing, jiu-jitsu. If you like those combat sports, then maybe this is for you. What I can tell you is that there's a lot that it has to offer. You're definitely gonna be better, not only physically, but the mental toughness that you gain from it, the resiliency that you get from it. If you're the type of person that's not scared to push yourself to make yourself a better person, then this might be for you.
My question is, why aren't there any women wrestlers on our team? Speaking of women, it's almost Mother's Day!
Mother's Day is fast approaching since it is this Sunday, May 14th. Mother's Day is a holiday honoring motherhood that is observed in different forms throughout the world. Celebrations of mothers and motherhood can be traced back to the ancient Greeks and Romans, who held festivals in honor of the mother goddesses Rhea and Sybil. But the clearest modern precedent for Mother's Day is the early Christian festival known as Mothering Sunday. Over time, the Mothering Sunday tradition shifted into a more secular holiday, and children would present their mothers with flowers and other tokens of appreciation. The origins of Mother's Day, as celebrated in the United States, dates back to the 19th century. In the years before the Civil War, Anne Reeves Jarvis of West Virginia helped start Mother's Day Work Club to teach local women how to properly care for their children. These clubs later became a unifying force in a region of the country still divided over the Civil War. In 1868, Jarvis organized Mother's Friendship Day, at which mothers gathered with former Union and Confederate soldiers to promote reconciliation. Another precursor to Mother's Day came from the abolitionist and suffragette Julia Ward Howe. In 1870, Howe wrote the Mother's Day Proclamation, a call to action that asked mothers to unite in promoting world peace. In 1873, Howe campaigned for a Mother's Peace Day to be celebrated every June 2nd. The duo of Mary Towle Sasson and Frank Herring both worked to organize a Mother's Day in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Some have even called Herring the father of Mother's Day. But the idea of Mother's Day in U.S. was officially introduced by Anna Jarvis in 1908 and became an official U.S. holiday in 1914 by President Woodrow Wilson. We can all agree that there has been an exceptional woman in our life that has played an important role in helping us become who we are as individuals. Showing that you care and appreciate them doesn't have to break the bank. Here are some simple DIY Mother's Day gifts. You could make them a card, bake for them, cook her favorite meal, give her an in-home spa. Anything that you put effort into can work. Hope you all have a happy Mother's Day.
High Tides, treat your mothers special because they are special. Happy Mother's Day from all of us at Beach Film News. Have a great weekend, High Tides.